everybody, and welcome to Fandom Flux Podcast, episode 73.
Yeah.
Okay,
Probably.
We'll go with that. 73. I'm opening the tab again. It's 73. I'm your host, KCW. We just recorded
I don't want to talk about it.
probably the worst episode of Manga Reflux ever.
I don't want to talk about it.
And, yeah. And now we're here, hopefully doing something that's going to be better and with a little bit more energy. So, energy.
Yes.
Come
I'm
on.
ready.
All right, let's
Energy.
go.
Yeah. Had a Nutri-Grain bar.
right.
I'm ready to roll.
All right. So, with me we have Sliceness.
Casey brought me here. Or Kenshi. Sorry.
That was a good gag.
Everyone
you
was
fucked
saying
up.
it. I wanted to join in.
Zero.
Hey everybody, how you doing? I just got back from a nice nap called the Manga Reflux.
And Kenshi.
Hi, I'm Kenshi618. And prisons don't exist to keep society safe from criminals. Prisons keep criminals safe from Kenshi618. For now.
You've had better.
Kira?
Alright, so first thing we've got is the what we're doing topic. So what have we been doing? I'll go first. I've been fucking moving is what I've been doing.
It's alright.
Much else.
Little hard work does you good.
It's annoying. Mostly because I've only half moved at this point. I can't actually fully move into my new place until my computer moves. And for my computer to move, I need internet access there. That's not going to happen till Thursday, so basically I'm sleeping at my new place and then immediately going back to my parents' house so that I can use my computer for the rest of the day. And all of my clothes are at my new place, so I can't even just, like, take a nap or anything. All my stuff's there. Except for my computer. So the back and forth is getting annoying. But, you know, that's probably going to be sorted on Thursday when I get my network set up. What else have I been doing? Not much. That's pretty much taken up all of my time. That's kind of why I figured I'd go first.
Alright.
Yeah. So, Ken.
Okay. Alright, so this weekend, apparently an anime convention came to my town, to a hotel in my town. And me and my coworker wound up catching wind of it because we work in news, so we fucking know everything happening we're talking about within a 50-mile radius of our location. So I ended up going on Saturday, and I snuck in during my break because we were working all weekend, and I'm a G like that, so I could convince him to break the law. So I'm not paying for a pass, and I'm only going to be able to go for like an hour at most. So yeah. I broke the law. I'm a rebel. Without a cause.
But with a cause.
No, there was really no cause. I just wanted to go in there for a bit. Anyway, apparently...
Selfish desire. It's
not
really a cause. But...
Anyway, Big Nama was there doing a panel. But alas, my ninja skills weren't high level enough for me to get us in there.
Oh.
Shame.
It was pretty small. I mean... It was full, but it was pretty small. So maybe it'll get bigger next year.
They give him the small room. I mean, it's pretty popular. Or at the very least, well known.
I mean, it was the convention part of a hotel, so.
Vic Minyanya didn't actually voice anyone in Naruto, did he?
I don't know.
I don't think he did.
I thought he was Naruto.
Oh, Christ, no. They had a woman voice him, I think.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Japanese people did it, so surely we can do it too. No.
For anything you can do, we can do worse. We can do anything worse than you.
Just real quick, that thing works in Japan because they do it all the time. We don't.
Only for really small male characters, like Bart or Timmy Turner.
Or Kid Lelouch.
But that's the thing. Even Bart doesn't actually sound like a person. He sounds like someone doing a voice. Much like Homer doesn't sound... None of them actually sound like real people. They just sound like people doing funny voices.
Yeah, fair enough.
Funny voices.
Alright.
What?
So,
Continue, Ken.
So in addition to that, I went to a friend's gym to train yesterday, but the training is not what this is about. I had a bit of a moment where I spent like 45 minutes looking for a fucking parking spot. And the gym was downtown in a place I'd never looked around in, and I eventually had to park like 20 blocks away somewhere where I knew my car wouldn't get towed. Because all the street side parking was like 2-hour limit for parking, and I was going to be in there way longer than 2 hours.
You can't just go out and refill the meter, or do they not have meters?
No meters.
Mm.
My town isn't fancy, and this town isn't fancy enough for meters. I'll just tell you, you got to get the fuck out of here in 2 hours, or we're going to take your car.
This is why I live like 30 minutes away from the capital of the state. Just park there. There's meters everywhere. Meters up the wazoo, everywhere, even where you don't want them.
Even if they had
wazoo.
meters,
Yeah.
even if they had meters, I didn't have any cash on me or change or anything at all to fill it, so I would have been screwed anyway.
Okay. Now that we've had, like, The Simpsons and getting cars towed mentioned in the same, like, couple minutes, I have that episode of The Simpsons stuck in my head where Homer gets to New York and he gets the thing stuck on his car and he has to wait there, but he really needs to pee. So he goes up to the top of one of the Twin Towers and the guy shows up immediately then. He's like looking out the window while he's peeing. No! Kind of, yeah.
And he gets the boot on and has to drive with it for the rest of the...
Yeah. Hey, Dad, we had a great time in New York. We should come again. Maybe we could do that. While the car's just sort of bouncing along as it drives over the fucking... Yeah, that was good. That was a good episode.
Classic.
I should watch some old Simpsons episodes.
They're not as good as you remember them.
Sure they are.
That one it will be.
The old ones are. Not the new ones.
You know the ones that you can fucking remember like that off the back of your hand? Those are the good ones. And there are a lot of those. Alright, anyway, that was my week pretty much.
Really? Okay.
Anime and parking mishaps.
Sorry. It's in my head. Slicer.
I've actually been reading a lot this week, so
Yay!
I have a rec that I feel solid about for once, which is nice.
Yay! Sorry.
This was mostly because I didn't have a headset for a while, and I mean, I'd already started reading by that point, so I couldn't just stop because I'd found something good. And I'd also been just browsing manga and reading more Ippo, which is still good. I hate everything that doesn't have anything to do with fighting. It's ridiculous. His girlfriend literally asked him to say how he feels, and he just wimps out. It's
oh yeah, those bits suck, but the other boxes doing stupid stuff is kind of fun.
Yeah, it's pretty
that's
good.
cool. Takamura's awesome.
He is. He's definitely my favorite character, beyond Ippo, his main character. Yeah. Him winning that title fight and saying the exact thing that the foreign guy was.
Give me all your
ridiculous.
women. Yeah. Give me all your women and I will give them sperm and we will make a super race made entirely of me.
Yeah. I really like Ippo when, Ippo was actually making things, his style, and onto his boxing thing. Like, him just coming up with a Dempsey roll. That was a great event, and I liked it. But it hasn't really happened since, unfortunately.
It does. Again. I don't know how far into it you are.
Like 490 chapters, I think.
I don't know how far that is into the series because I watched the anime.
Ah.
But yeah, he does do more of the innovation stuff
That's good.
eventually.
All right, then.
Yes.
Next, and only yesterday, I was opening a can or a box of cough syrup, and I just sliced my finger right open.
Wonderful.
Places. Yeah. That was painful. So I've got it bandaged and taped up because I don't want this bandage coming off. Yeah. Electrical tape is great.
What a coincidence.
Anyway.
What a coincidence. Every time when I broke my fingers the 3 times I did when I was in college, guess what I used to tape them together so they could heal?
We remember.
Electric tape.
You showed us a picture.
Yeah.
I
Well,
still-
electrical tape sticks to itself better than any other kind of tape sticks to anything. So it makes the best kind.
I still use it, actually.
Incidentally, is postage glue good for anything at all?
I don't think so.
No. It's rubbish. I had to send a thing off so I could set up my water account, and they gave me a free envelope, and yeah, do the thing, fill it in, send it off. I tried to do the glue thing, and no. It doesn't have it at all. I had to tape it up. It's like stupid.
Those poor people who had to open it, though.
Yeah. Though, in fairness, who the fuck uses snail mail for anything anymore?
I have no idea.
This is the first time I've had to send a letter in ever, actually. I mean, when I was a kid, I didn't have to send letters except because school said, hey, you need to write a letter.
I just sent a
Usually
letter
just
the
hand
other
stuff
day.
in. Stuff.
What are you talking about? I just sent a letter the other day.
To who?
It's my workers' compensation.
Oh. All right, fair enough.
But still, shouldn't you be able to do that, like, online or something
No,
at
the
this point?
guy sent me a whole bunch of forms, and he was like, sign this and send it back to me. I included a little envelope, and I'm like, well, if he included an envelope, I might as well.
Yeah, because that's such an outlay of expenditure.
No postage required.
Wow, then you're just saving money, aren't you?
Just raking it in.
Yeah.
What is postage anyway? Like a nickel? Something like that? It's not very much.
I don't know.
I think it might be... The last time I remember anyone mentioning it in your country, I think it was 12 cents for a stamp.
Yeah.
Stamps are way more than that.
Should I continue or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
or do we have more stamps to talk about? I don't know why I
Stamps is
found it funny.
probably
Anyway,
one of the lamest collections in existence.
a bit, yeah. But I've continued my series, marathon of Saints Row games, and I'm on 4 now. And I decided, what the hell, I'll look up a guy and make a celebrity character. And so I made Emma Watson. And unfortunately, one, it looks really weird, because the characters are wider than should be possible. And it doesn't translate perfectly well. And 2, there is no British voice actress. There's a French one. So I had some kind of weird...
So you made a fat French Hermione.
No, she's not fat.
She's stocky.
Okay, a stocky French Hermione.
No, it's not stocky. Their heads are just slightly wider than normal, so it looks off.
Big-headed French Hermione. There we
Made
go.
a bobble-headed French Hermione.
Yeah, sure. That's how that works.
Hermione speaks French, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, not this
That's
kind of
the
French.
Oh. What, you mean the
Yeah.
fun kind of French?
The annoying kind, unfortunately. So I had to switch voices. I might end up just
Alright.
switching to a male character, because all 3 female ones are just annoying.
Laura Bailey is voice 1.
Okay, fair enough. I've already played through the game with that voice, though, so I've already heard it all.
Damn.
Next, and if I sound... I don't even know. Like, weirdly awake and yet tired at the same time. It's because yesterday I decided I was going to get a whole bunch of Mountain Dew and just start writing. And that was going to be my Monty Ohm tribute writing thing. That were great. I got like 7 pages done in an hour. And then I had too much caffeine, and then I couldn't sit still. And then I started shaking, and then I needed food.
Yeah.
And so that backfired a little bit. So that's probably going to be like a week-long thing. I'll be writing more, hopefully. And lastly, when I was getting the Mountain Dew, they had this clearance aisle at the gas station. And you know those 8-hour energy or 4-hour energy or whatever?
5-hour energy, yeah.
Yeah.
Little shot things.
Well, I found a 14-hour energy shot. So next episode, because if I drink it now, it will kill me. Next episode, I'll be drinking that and see what happens.
Slicing, your hair's going to
that's
fall
my
out.
Yeah, probably.
Your eyes will explode, and your children will weep over your exploded corpse.
Gross. I imagine 14-hour energy thing is going to be a slow burn, though.
It might. I don't know. I'm going to drink the whole thing. You're supposed to drink it in halves, but whatever. Fuck it.
Oh.
I'm already killing myself. But I needed to give them my ID to buy that energy drink.
That's a good sign.
I've never had to hand over my ID for anything before in the energy drink category, and I'm kind of worried about it.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't. All right, I won't. I'll just blindly drink it next time.
I did it. Worked out for me.
You had a regular energy drink. It was just old.
It was 5 months out of date.
Yeah, sure. I don't think anything bad is going to be growing in an energy drink. They're effectively poison.
Yeah, I see.
But yeah, that's my week. That's it.
That's your week? Okay. I guess that's everyone.
Yeah, no. What about me?
Okay, Zero, go.
Okay. Did I ever tell you guys about the fate of my laptop? About what ultimately happened to it? I don't think I did.
Do you destroy it every week?
No, I went to... Okay, so I dropped it off at Best Buy, right? And Best Buy was like, oh, we can fix it. And I went...
Best Buy boys.
Yeah. Oh, we can fix it. Just give it to us. I go to Best Buy, and I go there, and the lady's like, okay, well, it appears that your model of your laptop is too old and too rare to find the parts for, so we could not fix it. And then hands it back to me. It's like, oh, we're giving you a refund on your deposit. And I'm just like, this laptop is 2 years old. Last time, I got it fixed by, like, some college students in this little rundown store. They fixed it. What do you mean the parts are too old? You're Best Buy. Come on. If these guys could find it online, which I'm betting they did, find the parts online and just fix it like that. Come on. So, first time I've ever been so upset that I actually, as I was walking away from the store, I was flipping it off, and I've never done that before. But I actually felt, like, compelled to. Like, there was...
Holy shit.
I've never done that before, but I needed to.
I'm corrupting him. I'm finally getting to him.
That was like... There's sometimes when you just have to do it, and I just had to do it there, because I'd never been so upset by just the gall they had.
See, that's when my laptop
Holy
broke.
shit.
That's when my laptop broke. I fucking just got a new one. I didn't want to deal with all that shit.
Zero flipping off the store as he leaves is the same as someone reaching over the counter and beating the shit out of them.
So I was really pissed. I was really pissed. And, so, that put me in a good mood for a little while. And my burn on my arm is healing ever so slowly, but I can actually write now and stuff without being
maybe you should stop doing the burning thing. That's probably bad for you.
Yeah.
But his body likes hot grease.
Anyway, I'm actually able to go out without a bandage now, so that's nice.
Does your arm look like Harvey Dent?
Not entirely. Alright, other than that, going through everything, I went and I saw Project Almanac the other day with my mom and brother, and it's a movie about time travel where this dude's like, oh, hey, my dad has built a time travel part for the military, and we can now build this machine and go back in time and abuse it and whatnot. And that goes splendid for him. And the thing about that movie is it's got good entertainment value, but it makes no sense. They go back to like one specific spot several different times, and they never run into other versions of themselves.
They're going sideways then, not backwards.
Yes.
Or sideways and backwards.
And then it's just like all the time and everything just starts breaking, and it doesn't do a very good explanation of pretty much anything. And but the major thing is just hand waves. Like the first time they go back, they have to, they cannot meet each other. Like you cannot meet yourself, so they can send somebody from the group to meet somebody else from the group, but they cannot meet each other, or else they just start ceasing to exist and whatnot.
Now they're conflicting with their explanations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, we'll just go back in time, and okay, we'll go back and we'll do the same thing again, but then you would also have that other version of you that went back and did it the first time that you could not meet, and thus you could not fix it once you already tried the first time.
Yeah, that's the thing. The idea behind the sideways in time thing is it goes back, and the nanosecond that you reach the point in time that you were aiming for, it creates a new split universe, a new reality, basically, and splits off from the old one. Because the nanosecond there's something there that wasn't there the first time, everything's different. The whole you can't meet yourself or anything, that's bullshit, because everything's already changed.
Yeah.
You've already changed something. The situation's not going to be the same.
It's just...
But you can do the whole you can't meet yourself thing if it's... The idea is it's a stable time loop, but if it's a stable time loop, then it's going to have all of the different times you went back all at once.
Yeah.
It's going to have
and
all
that's
of them.
why I was...
So you can have...
That's why I was
Yeah,
just
you can only have one or the other.
Yeah, I was just like, you can't do that. That does not work. So,
This time travel explanation brought to you by the Flux and Fandom Flux.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See? It was relevant.
Also, Persona 5 gameplay trailer, actually came out.
Ooh.
And I was super hyped for this, because, alright, the director went on to say that this time you're playing as, first of all, number one, you're delinquents. You are not the good, honest, you are delinquents, yes.
Yay!
Your entire group of friends, you're delinquents.
I don't have to be a good student this time? Awesome.
Yes. The premise, he said, was rather than the protagonist chasing after the antagonist for justice, you're trying to do something good in the beginning, you screw up, and now the antagonists are chasing after you.
Oh.
So...
Okay, they would be the antagonist then, would he?
They would be the antagonists, they wouldn't be the villains.
You're anti-heroes, essentially, and you're obviously going with the whole thief motif, Phantom Thief. The main character's got this whole phantom sort of persona, but not like an actual summon, but he goes out and he's called the Phantom. And he goes out and steals things and whatnot. And
I love the Persona series, it does so many new interesting things.
And from what I've seen in the trailer, all that gameplay happens on the first day, or at least most of it. So it seems like you actually know your initial party, that you all probably all went to the same school and you all steal together normally, or something like that. They're doing a lot of interesting things with this. I mean, your character, for their weapons, you use an assassin knife, is what they call it, and a gun, a pistol.
I imagine they're not doing the social link thing this time.
They said cooperation as an option. So I don't know if that's just party cooperation or if that's just going to be localized to social links or something. But
social links was social links in the previous games in both languages.
So it seems like it's going to be focused more on party connections rather than connections with random people.
Oh, that's disappointing.
But you know what?
Online, I don't care what they try.
If I would give,
as long as they're not actually doing co-op, that's fine.
I would give extra social links for the better gameplay and setting. Honestly, like if you still get the chance to have that sort of that bonding with your team members, it's fine. But the fact is, this looks unlike any other Persona game in the entire series. Like, I'm liking it a lot so far. I usually watch the trailer about 1 to 1,000 times every day now. Because it's so
It's a little sad.
1 to 1,000 times. Sometimes I don't think I actually watched it yesterday. Oh,
When's it
shame
come
on
out?
me. It comes out 2015. You don't know when.
2015, Japan,
Yeah.
which means probably sometime early 2016 for the
But
Western
it looks
territories.
really good. The soundtrack's really good. I'm excited for it. Seeing a lot of fan art, and people are like, this new character's swag is competing with Yu Narakami's swag.
Impossible.
Yeah. Also, there was a Xenoblade X Nintendo Direct thing that they did last week. And I don't know about you guys, but if anybody likes an open world where you can go out and do side quests and RPG stuff and have a great story and characters and everything, and actually get to fight in mechs too, that's actually gonna be really cool. Xenoblade X is probably the best pick. It's 5 times larger than Xenoblade Chronicles. At least 5 times larger. I've seen conflicting reports on that. It's 5 and 10 times are what I've seen. But I believe it's at least 3 times larger than Skyrim. For comparison.
That
So
turns me away rather than sells it for me.
Yeah, but you have vehicles. You have an actual...
Yeah, with vehicles, it'll seem a lot smaller.
Yeah, you have a mech that can turn into a car.
Oh, you meant the physical size. I was more talking about the scope of it. Like, you'd be a tiny piece that would be insignificant to the world.
It means they can put some gigantic enemies and whatnot. So I'm really excited for it. The game looks gorgeous. If you haven't had a chance to look at it, go check it out when you get the chance. It's coming out also 2015. No definitive date on it yet, but the guys at Monolith Soft are known for making quality, and so you guaranteed it's going to be at least a pretty good game. So far, I think the total runtime for the director, without even completing all the side quests, was 300 hours. And it's probably doing most of the side quests. It's a big, humongous game.
Also,
yeah.
They haven't made a bad game before. They're usually known for good games.
They're usually known for good games.
BioWare.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, Monolith Soft, Nintendo gives them lots of time, and they put lots of time and love into their games. Like Xenoblade Chronicles, it's like the graphics may not be like the best next gen, but the gameplay and the story are fantastic.
Okay.
So
just advising caution. That's all.
I have faith in them. In a way that I don't have faith like that for just any other game company. Other than that, do you guys hear that Spider-Man's going to be in Marvel now?
That's necessary because they're doing the Civil War plotline.
Yeah, he's going to be in there, and probably in the Avengers as well.
Yeah, like I said, that's necessary.
Yeah.
They need him in there because he was
him.
central to that whole thing.
And I'm glad that they're doing that, and that makes me really happy. Other than that, I don't know if I told you guys this before, but they are making a live-action Legend of Zelda TV show.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
There is not enough meat on that story to make a TV show.
Not really. They're going to make up a lot of stuff, and it's going to be divided.
A friend of mine said if there's not an entire season spent in the water temple, it's not right.
I've heard some people theorize, they could just do a season or a mid-season is one game in the series and just go down the timeline.
That's retreading a lot of territory. Like I say, there isn't a lot of meat on it.
Well, I guess it really depends on how they're going to do it. But I'm iffy on it. I'm legitimately like, I don't know. And finally, I don't know if you guys noticed, but YouTube really failed the other day where it wasn't loading subscriptions and stuff. So I
I
Googled
was
my
not aware of
subscription
it.
costs. It was the other day, and I think because of that, Casey, you released like one of our episodes the other day, and I don't think everybody got to see it for the Let's Play.
Oh. Oh well.
But you know what? If you haven't,
It's up.
yeah, there was an episode on that day when the subscription was all messed up. So if you haven't checked it out yet, go check it out. I think that's about it for my week. Yeah, that's it.
Just give me a second while I'm checking the thing. Video manager. If people didn't notice at first, they have now. Like 40 views on it. It's cool. Yeah, so, first real topic for the thing. What's it? First topic is that one level.
Yeah. What were some of the ones we came up with for the episode?
I know Slicer and I are probably thinking the exact same one. Blighttown.
Yeah. Blighttown isn't too bad if you ignore 90% of it and just sprint to the boss.
If you go through the front door in Blighttown, which I did once, by the way, and it was terrible, then you are in for a bad, bad time. Because that whole thing is a goddamn maze, and it's a vertical maze. So if you make one wrong step, congratulations, you get to start the whole goddamn thing over again.
Yeah.
Hope you have homeward bones. You just get to die.
If you take the back door, you get a much shorter route, but it's filled with dudes that fire toxic darts at you.
Oh, and you missed nearly all the loot.
That too, but, toxic darts that can kill you really quickly. Terrifyingly quickly, in fact. But, eventually you'll get through it, I'm sure, and you get to spend the next several hours wandering around a swamp that constantly poisons you. While annoying as fuck little fucking blood fly things constantly follow you around like...
Honestly, in retrospect, for me, the worst part was getting to Blighttown. Once we were actually there, it was pretty simple. Because I had the whole, rusted ring, so I could just run through it. I had the poison bite ring, so I had enough poison resistance that it wasn't really too much of a bother.
Someone's building white noise. Just all of a sudden,
I can hear it too, it's not me.
I don't know.
Muting my mic.
Nope, Zero, it's you.
I'll mute my mic.
Yep, it's you. So sorry about that, audience. I don't know how to fix it.
I don't know what you...
Because I'm not Zero. Yeah, Blighttown sucks.
Let's see.
Zero, it might be a temporary thing if you could mute your mic unless you're going to say something. Sorry, I know this sucks, but, can't really do anything about it at the moment. Thanks.
Let's see.
Right, we did have a list of these, and basically I thought about Sonic 06, and then I thought, that fucking desert level, when you're playing as Silver and you have to psychic all the balls into the pockets, and that was terrible. Then I thought, hey, remember Crisis City, where you have to do that running segment? You remember that first level on the beach where you have that... And then I just read all of the levels from Sonic 06 are that one level. Every single one of them.
Pretty much.
They're all terrible. But yeah. What else did we come up with?
Yeah.
Oh. Little Lamplight, Fallout 3.
Yeah, that was one of them.
Yeah. It was iffy as to whether that counted as a level, but it's a quest line, and it's a quest line that's on the main
Anything in
quest.
that game an area or a level. It's an area,
Yeah.
so it counts.
It's a section of the plot that you have to go through, though. So I think that counts as much as anything in Fallout counts. You literally have no choice but to do that if you want to do the main quest.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, Mayor McCready.
You really hate that child.
I hate that there are no alternative solutions. I hate that you have no choice but to kowtow to some jumped-up little snot who's got a rifle but will never use it. Even if you attack them, he will never shoot back.
When you pretty much killed everyone you didn't like for the rest of the game.
You have to play by their rules.
No matter what kind of character you are, too. It'd be wildly out of character, and you still have to do it.
All right, is this better, guys?
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
At the very least, they could have, I don't know, made it possible to go through the front door into the vault that you're trying to get into. They made it literally impossible to get in there without dying. If they'd made it possible, if you used a fuck ton of Rad-X, and like the radiation suit or something, and you managed to get in, that'd be fine.
That. The door was locked.
You
can't get in.
Oh yeah. It doesn't let you in. If they'd let you get in that way, that would have been fine. It would have been a massive drain on resources, but you wouldn't have to deal with the little shits. And it would get around the whole you can't kill them thing. Because you're forced to play by their rules, it takes you out of the game. You can't do that. You're not... Worst thing you can do in an interactive medium is take you out of the interactive medium.
Yeah.
And not let you do something. If it stops you from doing something, then you're ruining the experience.
Definitely very bad.
I hate that whole sequence. It's terrible. Any other examples?
Makes it slightly better if you have the perk for it, but then you have to waste a perk.
Yeah. It's almost worth it, but it's not worth it.
Alright, I'm gonna throw a fighting game thing at you. Has anyone played Soul Calibur 4?
Yes. Yes, I have.
You tried the Tower of Lost Souls?
Yes. Yes, I have.
I don't remember which floor it is. I think it's like 30 or something. You only get one try. You can't heal between your fights, and there's like 11 or 12 people you have to go through to win the entire floor. And I think the last one you had to fight had like double the health.
They're not very kind with that whole tower mechanic.
Yeah. It's just an endless gauntlet of bullshit.
Yeah.
They've had something like that since the second game, though.
I don't know much about Soul Calibur. I do know a little about Mortal Kombat, and the newest one, 9. 10 hasn't come out yet. 9. Shao Kahn. Fighting him was a ball ache. And that's probably weak source compared to what's in the rest of the game, because they have a similar Tower of whatever mechanic in that.
Yeah,
there are probably much worse things than just fighting Shao Kahn. But that character is such bullshit. They even make it easier, and it's still a pain in the ass to beat him. If you lose over and over again, it makes the fight easier, and the AI shittier, but it still sucks, and it's pain.
There's one level, I remember one level from a certain game that I really did not like, which in hindsight I'm pretty sure I like now, but that would be Sonic Adventure 2 Battle Pumpkin Hill.
Yeah.
It's another one of those Knuckles goes and searches for the Chaos Emeralds thing, except it's awful. It's even more awful than the other
weren't
ones.
Very good.
The mine one was worse, but...
Oh, yeah, that gets my vote.
I think Pumpkin Hill deserves special mention because of the Knuckles rap.
Yeah, because of the Knuckles rap. Unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle. Rather flex my...
Yeah, fair enough.
But...
Gotta find emeralds. I know they're here somewhere, etc.
I found that too
God.
funny to really be angry at it, though.
It was just upsetting because it was all orientated weirdly, the entire level.
What shameless rapper did they hire for that? I want to know that. I want to know that guy's name and see what else he's made.
I think the people that make Sonic music only make Sonic music.
No, they don't. Jun Sunui and the other guy that do the music for most of the games have a band, Crush 40. They do some other music.
Ah, right.
Did a really good cover of Firewoman, by the way. It's a good song. Other that one levels can we think of? I did mention this once again in the pre-show. Let's call it that. Before we recorded. The Tower of Magi in Dragon Age Origins. When you go back and everything's fucked up and you get dragged into the Fade, and you do everything exactly the same every time you play it because none of your class stuff matters, none of your backstory matters. It's all identical, and you have to go through all of it every single time.
So I guess that's only at that one level on repeated playthroughs. Or is it
That's
just
the
annoying
thing.
on the first time?
Origins is a great game for replayability, and that whole sequence just kind of grinds it to a halt, because nothing matters.
The only thing I can find for the artist of the Pumpkin Hill song is Sega Sound Studio.
Oh.
They really don't want anybody to know.
I don't blame them, but oh. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Which one?
Everyone in the audience, say it with me. All you had to do was follow the damn train, CJ.
That fucking mission, I swear to God, I was playing that shit for 45 minutes. He can't shoot!
No, he can't!
For those of you that don't know, it's a mission, I think it's CJ and Big Smoke, I think.
It is, it's Big Smoke.
Are, like, there's some beef with the Vagos, which is the Mexican gang, I believe. And it happens at the train station.
The yellow Mexican.
Yeah. And they get on the train and it takes off.
Yeah.
And you have to chase down the train and while...
On a bike.
Yeah, on a bike. A shitty little dirt bike.
Sanchez.
Yes. While Big Smoke sits on the back and tries to shoot at them with the weakest submachine gun in the game.
And he's bad at it.
He's really bad at it.
Yeah. You need to drive in a very specific spot for him to even be able to hit the things. And even then, you need to maintain that for like 30 seconds per person, and there's 4 of them.
Now,
5,
I found a way to...
The second to last one just falls off the side and then gets back up.
Yeah, I found a way to halfway cheat at the very start. I fucking just drove onto the train platform and did it myself and got like a few of them. But if you don't do that, you're going to be stuck there for a long-ass time.
That is one of the best examples of that one level, I think. Just that one single mission that makes you miserable for hours on end.
Oh, from the same game, once you find the guy that works at what's basically Radio Shack, you have to fly a remote control. And sometimes your game doesn't work and you get less fuel than you're supposed to. So you need to just haul ass.
The one where you fucking gotta drop the bombs from the little plane on targets all over town, or you'll run out of gas.
Yes, that's the finale of the storyline. Is Z something. Starts with a Z, don't know his name.
Zero.
That's his name.
Not me.
Yes,
no.
yes, it's you, Zero.
It was me all
We
alone. That was somebody else, but it was me, Zero.
Okay. Okay,
Hey,
I'm
look,
looking down my
another
list.
reference. It's not something related to that other foreign taboo subject.
Let's see. Mass Effect I don't think had any, except any time you were driving the Mako, because that was terrible.
Which game in it had the nuke that you had to disarm underground?
The nuke.
It was like opening a container, and you just had to enter the code for like 30 solid seconds, and you couldn't make a mistake.
Oh, that was the first one.
Yeah, that I had trouble with that, and then I didn't have trouble, and then I had a lot of trouble with it. It just kind of depended on what my mood was. It was weird.
Mm. I'm pretty sure that was the first one because it was using the same mechanic as the Omnigel thing that you self-unlocks. Yeah.
I like that mechanic. Why did they get rid of it? I like just being able to buy everything.
Yeah.
I can't open it. Let me just buy it.
I know we talked about this in the Reflux thing just now, but Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 3.
The BU fight, the Jinchuriki / BU fight.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yup. Also Datara, but mostly the Jinchuriki fight. Fuck you, what's his name in the bubbles?
Udakata.
I don't care about his name, I just want to hate him.
Well, hate him properly.
Learning his name gives him too much respect.
Fair point.
Fucking... Looking at Psychonauts and trying to think if there was a bad level in Psychonauts.
The ending boss. I spent like 2 hours stuck on him.
Yeah, people hated the circus thing. I didn't. I did that pretty easy.
La-di-da.
I don't know.
I can't think of anything really right now. I mean, honestly, I would want to go back and mention the Sakura 2 battle. Just every stage we have to find things and glide all over gravity, but...
Yeah. Knuckles levels were pretty slow.
Especially the...
And Rouge's levels.
Yeah.
Oh, the cart levels. Those kind of suck. The main game ones were fine. It was the challenge ones. Wasn't a fan of those.
I know this seems obvious, but every water level in everything.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, Ocarina of Time Water Temple, Majora's Mask Water Temple is actually worse.
Tomb Raider did the water level and it was rubbish. Anytime in Sonic when they bring in water, it's rubbish.
No. Seriously, IGN gave Majora's Mask 3D an 8.7, and the only thing they put in the minus was Great Bay Temple.
Huh.
That's
All
it.
right.
They're just like the water temple. It's like a fourth of the game, and it's garbage. And I'm just like, they hate water. It's a legitimate
As
hate,
proven by
but
the
still.
Pokemon review.
Yeah.
So yeah, water levels suck. Just in everything.
Like
You think someone would have like cracked it and figured out how to do it well by now, but no.
I feel like there is an example. We're just not thinking of it. I feel like there's at least one water level that's been done well.
I can't think of one.
Yeah, I can't think of one. Like
Assassin's Creed, the diving thing, maybe.
Maybe that
diving
that was actually
no. Actually, no. I changed my mind. No, that was terrible.
Have you forgotten about the eels already?
Yeah.
I mean,
as long as there weren't anything
2 tried some
there,
underwater
they were
stuff.
fine. But
Like Bayonetta 2 tried some underwater stuff, but the controls were so clunky when you did a lot of the underwater stuff in Bayonetta that it just didn't work.
How did they try water stuff in Bayonetta 2? That makes no sense. In the first game, you literally just walk through it.
You go underwater and then you can turn into like your animal form when you double tap.
Mm-hmm.
You get like a whole snake eel type thing, or centipede, or I don't know, whatever it is. It's some sort of big snake thing, and then you have to swim around like this, and it controls possibly the most awkward controls it took me getting used to in a long time.
Well, that's pointless. They already had a solution to the water thing.
Yeah.
Oh well. Yeah. Any other examples that anyone can think of?
I know there's more.
Yeah.
We were talking about Soul Calibur, just I don't know, the entire main storyline seemed like it, because there was a lot of caves you went into, and it was just battle after battle, and you didn't get to heal. That sucked.
Yeah, I want to also kind of, like, direct this also to our listeners. Like, if you can think of a just level that just sucks, post in the comments.
I'm interested.
Yeah, I guarantee we're forgetting some, because I can't access half my game library because it's on 360, and I don't know where the discs are.
All my discs are upstairs, and I don't have them with me right now.
I've lost more games than I have on me right now. There's Nintendo 64 stuff and PlayStation 1 stuff and Super Nintendo stuff I'm not even thinking about it because it's not in front of me.
Yeah, so you know what? Also, audience, what levels do you hate?
Yeah, bring in more hatred. Hatred feels
It makes you
fucking...
stronger.
It bonds us.
Alright. I have an interesting one, actually. The when Perfect Dark came, the first Perfect Dark, the good one, was re-released on the 360, I replayed it, and I could not play the shooting gallery, because the controls were N64 version, where it like centered on the screen and used the analog stick and moved it. It was too awkward, and I ended up not being able to do the shooting gallery at all.
Mm.
Oh, I have one. Resident Evil 6.
All of it?
I only played through that thing on one storyline, and it was Jake, where you go and you punch zombies because you're Wesker's son.
Yeah.
There's one level in particular. It was like the last level of it, and yes, I did play it to the last level. And there's just these zombies are just coming out of all the ground, and they're just swarming you. And what you basically have to do is you have to go onto this platform in the center, jump out and kill things, go back onto the platform, jump out and it got really annoying.
Oh.
And the platform's constantly moving, so you have to just wait. So, yeah, but that whole thing was just kind of one bad level. It wasn't a zombie game.
Yeah. Okay. So that's pretty much that topic done. If you want to shout out your examples, then go right ahead. We, could use more hatred.
I'm really interested
We're running out.
I feel the same.
Manga Reflux is draining us of all of our hatred.
It drained me of a lot of my hatred.
My everything. That was bad.
Okay, so the next topic is chickification. This was not my pick. Full disclosure. So, to quote the TV Tropes entry, you have an action girl. She rocks, but she's also the only female in the main cast. And you don't have a non-action guy or other similar factor to be your designated victim. What's an executive to do? Degrade her tough image to something more fitting for the damsel in distress, someone who tends to stay in the kitchen. Gradually, the action girl has significantly less action. She has been chickified.
Hey, look, Asuna.
Yay, Asuna.
So you take the heroine, the kick-ass heroine, and you turn her into a damsel because you need a damsel, and you're too stupid to, work around it.
Yeah, not necessarily even a damsel. You make them stop being the awesome, badass character that they were.
You can make someone a victim without taking that away.
Yeah.
That takes work.
Well, I suppose it comes down to how much do you really like that character.
Good example of this whole chickification. Asuna from Sword Art Online.
Really, you don't say?
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah. You know what? Screw you.
That's a shocking insight, Zero.
Yeah.
Slicer literally said it as soon as we started this topic,
You know what?
Zero.
I'm going to say it again, because I wasn't paying attention. Screw you guys.
Okay.
Does Trish from Devil May Cry count? Because the game starts off with her throwing a motorcycle at you. And then you have to...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it counts, yeah.
Not really. She remains a badass for the entire game, and then she is still a badass in Devil May Cry 4, which is her next appearance.
What was that? I'm sure I had one.
See, Asuna is such a good example that we're having trouble finding other good ones.
Yeah.
It's just wasting the potential of a character so that they can fit an archetype that has been done to death. That is the main problem with it.
Damn it, I'm thinking through
Not
media.
examples, unfortunately. Darn.
Chickification
Has Street
happens.
Fighter ever done that?
Sorry?
Has Street Fighter ever done that in, like, their movies? Seems like something they would have to do. Because, lack of story.
Not really.
I feel like chickification happens a lot in fan fiction.
Oh, yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Like, Hermione. I know she's been a victim of chickification in fan fiction.
I don't think so, actually. I think she usually gets away with it because she was never the... Well, she was never really portrayed over much as the fightery type. She was
more proactive.
The book smarts kind of type.
She was pretty proactive, though.
A lot of the time, yes, but she was never overly damselified.
Yeah. I feel like there's a definite majority, or not majority, but a definite faction of fan fiction that's like, this girl is my waifu, this action girl. I shall make her a chickification chick.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, look, it's Asuka.
Yeah, Asuka is probably, funnily enough, another Asuka name. But yes, Asuka is probably the best example of that happening in fan fiction. That doesn't happen in canon. Not even close.
To a degree, in the Rebuild movies, she's more
I
waifu
haven't
bait.
seen the Rebuild films. What happens?
She's just less angry, I guess.
Okay,
kind of a bitch, but it's less.
That's more changing the character at the outset, which is fine by comparison. This is taking a character that has been established in setting as being a badass, awesome character that can do awesome shit, and then turning them into a wimpy little nothing. For no adequately explained reason. It can happen to both genders, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
But obviously it's more prominent with female characters because traditional gender roles and all that. I roll.
This is your favorite topic of all time.
Again, I didn't bring it up.
Who did? I don't even remember this coming up.
Slicer.
Oh.
I was reading the topic list and I said, pick something, please. And he did.
I find it an unfortunately interesting thing to have happen.
It's a difficult thing to explain in how they decide to waste a character one day. Which is what makes it interesting, I think.
Yeah.
But as the trope page suggests, a lot of the time it probably is executive meddling. We need to make this appeal to more people, so we need to make it fit traditional viewpoints and such.
Oh, I got one. You watched the Mortal Kombat movie?
Yes.
So,
Sonya Blade.
Yeah.
Because he's holding her arm behind her back, she can't do anything. One arm.
Surprisingly,
the person who killed Kano with her legs like an hour and 45 minutes ago in the movie.
Yeah.
She has a one arm. It's the scariest thing. I've
That was her dominant arm. She needed that for things, for balance or something.
On a slightly off-topic note, I slid so far out of my chair, I am literally sitting on the ground right now.
We can hear it. At least I can. Right.
Yeah, I don't like chickification. Like, I haven't seen it ever, like, done right. Except for...
The only time I've seen it done right is when it's a different setting. It's like,
yeah.
I don't know, modern day stuff, sort of. That's one of the examples, but it doesn't even have to be that. It's just like they don't have to be in combat, so they don't have to be a badass to begin with.
Yeah. In the original Dragon Ball, Goku's wife, before she was wife Chi-Chi, she was actually really good at martial arts, but ultimately her goal was to become the housewife, so she got what she wanted.
Yeah, that was kind of her purpose all along, which, fair enough.
Yeah.
If that's your goal.
Yeah.
You don't have to let martial arts and being badass define you, I guess. Nothing wrong with that. Let's see. Apparently happens a lot in the Tales of series, because I'm literally looking at the trope page right now.
That's probably for the best, actually, because I'm just coming up blank.
Yeah. And there aren't that many in video games, apparently. Or at least not that many examples people have given.
Huh.
Way to go, video games.
In fairness, video games, it's more the girls are already chickified before the series has even started.
Yeah.
Boo, video games.
Yeah. I don't think we got anything else.
Yeah, don't be sad.
Yeah,
Move along, stop being sad.
Chickification should never really happen unless it's the character's goal to be chickified, or unless times have changed and now everything's peaceful or whatever, I don't know. But even then, it's kind of iffy.
Or enough reason for it beyond they're my waifu.
Or enough time passes that they get rusty at being badass.
Yeah, the problem is that this happens, and then the character suddenly forgets that they were badass before. And that's not good. That's not how you should play it. As Ken said, maybe they got rusty or something, but at least they would try and do something before they get all damselified.
Yeah.
Rather than just let it happen, which is what happens a depressing large amount of the time. So yeah. Moving on to the third topic, which was TV tropes sweepstakes, I guess, this week. Ken spent like 20 minutes trying to find a decent topic, and I clicked random on TV tropes once, and bam, this one comes up.
We have actual thought-out topics that we decided not to use because we were just too drained from the reflux.
Yeah, that was a bad one. But we'll stop talking about it now because it was a bad one and we don't want to think about it anymore. Ass-kicking equals authority, where the strongest people rise to the top. One Piece is one of the few examples where this probably makes the most sense, because pirates, that's how they work.
Yeah. I've also seen this in Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. There's a whole country of like sort of beastmen type things. And it's just like if you're the strongest, you're the king. That's how it works.
Yeah, that happened a lot in like tribal societies and such. If you're the strongest warrior, then you are the leader. Yeah. Because no one will be able to stand against you anymore.
Yeah.
I find that okay. Yeah. Got that.
And then usually you had an elder sort of person that a leader would defer to because, they're the leader, they're not the most intelligent person there, they just lead.
Yeah.
But typically you'll see this. There's not many times when you'll see this and it doesn't make sense because it's typically handled pretty well. Like
sometimes you see this a lot more in shonen than anything else.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I gave the One Piece example because pirates, that's how they operated. The strongest one leads, and then everyone else defers.
The only way you can...
they can't win.
Yeah.
But the Marines also run by this system.
Yeah.
Which
makes a lot less sense.
The only way it doesn't really work is if that type of system is not applicable for the organization you're going for. I guess is what I mean to say. But if you put it and it fits, like 9 out of 10 times, it's always going to be just make sense. It's going to be good. But the main problem is, like the Marines, it's not how it works.
The only one with One Piece that I'm really waiting to see is Buggy's crew, because he is not stronger than those fuckers at all. Remember, he got all of his crew was from Impel down.
Oh yeah.
You know what? I like that. He's just got to keep the grand illusion that he's so strong that he doesn't need to try.
That's the thing. He could be, if he figured out how to use his powers properly, but he doesn't. So, he's gonna have a bad time at some point. Poor Buggy.
I love Buggy. I don't know why.
Yeah, poor guy. Right?
Yeah, it's like you first you don't like him so much, but then you just scratch his arm. Okay, I actually kind of like him.
It's hard to hate someone who gets shit on just so very often.
And he actually sided with Luffy, for a little bit.
Just a bit, yeah.
But that was enough to grow some sympathy for him and be like, he's not that bad of a guy. He's just...
He's pretty much that bad of a guy, but even when he's winning, he's losing.
Yeah.
So
it's like Team Rocket. You want him to not necessarily win, but not get dealt such a bad hand all the time.
Yeah, they get pretty successful sometimes, which is nice. They throw us a bone.
Yeah.
Fucking selling fake badges and shit.
But with Team Rocket, there's always that one episode where it starts or ends where it's like, man, I'm really hungry. Well, all we have is one can of beans. And it's like, we're poor. And we lose. All the time. Yeah.
Well, now that you've mentioned Pokemon, another example of asskicking equals authority.
Yeah.
The whole league system, I guess. But that's technically sports, I suppose.
Yeah.
But even after you do that, the other champion's like, I'll still handle everything. You're the champion, but you don't know how to actually do your job.
What, you mean battle? The thing I just did beat you at?
Because you just leave. You don't just stay there in the room waiting for people,
There should be an option after you beat the champion mode, which is basically randomly constructed Pokemon teams of a certain level come in there and fight you. Challenger.
Yeah, you should be able to do that. Take on challenges at the end of the game.
I mean, the game can totally do... If the game did that shit for, Battle Tower, it could do that shit.
I would actually like that, where it'd be like, okay, there's a whole line of challenges out here, and you get a call on whatever Pokemon device phone thing you have, and you're like, there's a challenger here, and you beat all the Elite Four, you should probably get over here.
It would also be great if they were all randomly injured to some degree.
Yeah, that'd be realistic as well.
It would, yeah. I like that idea.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Mm.
But now that we've said it, they can't actually use that idea, supposedly.
What?
Looking up.
That's their defense for not using any fan ideas ever. Because if they use it, then the fan can supposedly, claim that they came up with it and thus, Game Freak are stealing their ideas and they want a piece of the pie.
Right.
It's bullshit, but that's what they say.
So you can't drop me like $100,000 off of the millions you're making off this game to use a great idea? Fine, whatever.
I will look and see if there's a ROM hack with this champion mode. I need to see this. It has to exist somewhere.
I think the one that Slicer talked about a while back, the Ash game, had something like that at the end. I think.
It might have. I've never heard anything like that about it.
Mm.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean...
But ass-kicking equals authority.
Yeah, even in Metal Gear Rising it existed. I mean, Senator Armstrong. He was just supposed to be the senator giving out orders, and what did he do? Nanomachines. Made him the strongest.
And speaking of Armstrong, becoming a state alchemist apparently immediately got you the rank of major.
Really?
Yeah,
That is
that one kind of
literally
makes sense.
ass-kicking equals authority.
So science magic makes you a military already?
Yep. It makes you a highly ranked military officer. Well, a moderately ranked military officer. I assume it goes lieutenant, captain, major, colonel, general, so moderately ranked.
Even if you don't know anything about military living or strategy or anything at all, or...
Nope. You're a major.
Oh.
Congratulations, sir. I feel so sorry for, like, career soldiers.
Yeah.
Career officers, that they have to spend decades working their way up to major. And then Edward Eldrick shows up and he's 15 years old.
And all of 3 feet tall.
Well, I did not
didn't
find the
drink
Pokemon ROM hack I was looking for, but I did find Toho-mon. That's something.
Do I want to know?
You know what makes you feel better about that alchemist getting major thing? Armstrong's sister. Should make you feel better.
Yeah. Does that still count as ass-kicking equals authority? I think she got that authority because she is authoritative.
I don't know. It's like a chicken-egg thing. I don't...
Not sure. Also, I haven't seen Brotherhood, so I don't know what you mean.
Oh, it's unfortunate. You missed the better one.
Yeah, but it's longer, and I don't have that kind of time.
Yes, you do. If you're fucking reading Hajime no Ippo, you have time to watch Brotherhood.
Yeah, but I can read a single page of Ippo, and then just go back to doing whatever I was doing. I can multitask.
Sometimes make me sad inside, Slicer.
Yeah.
I watched
If my
Brotherhood.
logic
It was
is
nice.
sound.
Okay. Other examples of ass-kicking equals authority. It was apparently subverted in Naruto because Tsunade sucks. There, I said it, and now we can move on.
I kind of want to say Yamamoto.
Is that on the list, or did you just say that?
Yamamoto. Bleach.
Yamamoto?
Mhm.
Yeah, pretty much. But he built that society and that military order, so I don't know.
That's why I said I kind of...
It's chicken-egg thing again, I think.
Yeah.
He was badass before he started the place, and then he started the place and was badass, so they made it the top. I don't know.
Because honestly, who's going to try to fight him on that?
Yeah, kind of. But the thing is, he showed the wisdom and foresight to put that whole thing together, which suggests leadership material. But, yeah, who knows? But the whole ass-kicking equals authority thing is played straight in Bleach, obviously. Because captains have to have Balkai.
Mm. Yeah. I can't think of anything else to say.
I don't know if it really counts, but in The Walking Dead, usually the leader is the one that's the best at killing zombies. Usually.
That absolutely makes sense in the setting.
Mm-hmm. Either the best...
least mentally damaged, depending on what season you're in, but, you know.
Or the most mentally damaged.
Yeah, it gets weird.
Yeah.
Ken, any other examples of ass kicking equals authority?
What's her name from Infamous Second Son?
Fetch?
No, the evil lady.
Which one? Which game?
Second Son, the last one.
Oh, I didn't play it. I just know Fetch.
Was her name Abigail? I don't remember her fucking name. She had the concrete power.
Did anyone else play the game?
No.
Well, there you go, Ken. Sorry, we don't know.
Aww.
What game?
I've wanted to, but yeah. It means acknowledging that the second ending happened. I don't like martyr
Wait,
heroes.
which was the second ending?
You kill yourself.
Oh, right.
Well, sacrifice, but whatever.
Didn't that mean
Still
killing
die.
every single catalyst that existed?
Yeah.
I
That's what it's supposed
don't
to be.
remember.
Every single conduit was supposed to have been killed when Cole did that thing.
Conduit, thank you. So, how exactly do they explain that away?
I don't remember. I have to play it again to remember.
Don't worry about
That's
it.
a good idea anyway. Just play it again. Because it's probably a great game. I wish I could play it. I might have to get a PS4.
I have a PS4, and it's been
I might
gathering.
get a PS4.
It's been gathering dust until Persona 5.
That's going to be the
Oh.
clincher. Whether there's anything different between PS3 and PS4 Persona 5.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Zero, why don't you mail that shiny PS4 to me?
Or me.
Dusty, too.
Because recently we
You
actually
already have a
dust on it.
PS4.
Ken has one. What the
I don't
fuck?
give a fuck. I need more hard drive space. Give it to me.
My dad just got Dying Light, so he's been playing that a lot.
Oh, cool.
What?
I assume
Your
that's good.
Dentist?
My
Dying
dad.
Dad.
Oh, I was gonna say, why do you know what your dentist is playing?
Well, you got to chat about something while you're in the chair.
You can be friends.
Well,
You can be friends with
Zero's not going to be chatting, but the dentist's got to, fill time while he's doing shit in your mouth. Gross.
Why? Why would you describe it like that?
He didn't know what he was describing until halfway through it. That's why he trailed off.
Oh, man. That's not a good dentist. Oh. Okay.
Depends on what kind of tooth problem you have, I guess. It might be a really good dentist.
Do we have anything else for this topic?
Holistic medicine.
Do we have anything else for this topic? I feel like at this point we're just mindlessly listing examples.
I can't really think of anything.
I've completely forgotten what the original topic was.
Ass kicking equals authority.
That's it.
More
Okay.
often than not, you find out that the leader is actually badass, but that's incidental to the fact that they're a leader. It's
Yeah.
not important. It just happened at some point along the way. That's usually the way they play it in Western series that take themselves a little bit more serious than shonen fare.
All right.
Topic done?
Yeah.
It's usually just the way of things, really. So I prefer that way, finding out they're a badass after the fact rather than just like, yeah, that's their sole reason for leading is they can kick a lot of ass.
Yeah, I'm going to bring up a weird example, but Bones, the crime procedural, the David Boreanaz. Yeah, he's kind of a badass, apparently. Just completely incidental. He's apparently one of the best snipers in the world. It just gets brought up at one episode.
Huh.
By the way,
I
he
knew
can make a
was
shot that
sniper.
only 6 other people in the world can make.
Killer.
Yeah. Then he has a sniper duel with the other guy in, like, a maze of shipping crates. It was kind of stupid. It's like they're trying to quickscope each other Call of Duty style, and it just doesn't make sense.
What's wrong with handgun?
I know. They were both running around in fucking docks with shipping containers surrounding them, just with big-ass fucking sniper rifles. What the Memory serves that ended with someone just shooting the guy in the back with a handgun, so...
Good. That's what you should do.
Yeah. He's a moron, but whatever. He was apparently a badass sniper at some point. But yeah, it's an example of it just sort of being incidental to the whole authority thing. So, we're on to questions, I guess.
Hey, I'm still randoming in TV tropes because I can't stop, and I got a topic that I don't know why we haven't done before. The Star Scream.
Oh,
why have we not done that yet? We need to do that at some point.
Okay, Starscream's on the list.
Oh, Starscream. It's important.
Starscream's the hero. Yeah.
Starscream is not the hero. He wants to be the biggest of the opposite of hero.
Okay, so, questions. Ryu Hitsia asks, what would we say to our 15-year-old selves? Stop being such a whiny bitch. That probably wouldn't help, actually, but I'd probably want to say it anyway.
Stop being a piece of shit and brush your teeth. It's important.
Ken, did you just get punched in the stomach?
No, I sneezed.
I'm pretty sure I'd punch myself
You
in the
only have
ribs
one
too,
piece of advice for your 15-year-old selves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's only one important part to the whole thing, so, you know.
Oh, you guys only have one piece of advice for your 15-year-old selves?
I would give my 15-year-old self a lecture.
I'm pretty satisfied with how I turned out. So if I changed something back then I might.
I'm satisfied, but I could be better.
When I was 15, that was when I moved from Texas to California. So I was really new in school and kind of had like what I would say the loneliest year of high school for me. I only had like one friend, and it was kind of awkward. I was just kind of awkward that whole entire year. And yeah, it was not a good year for me. Sophomore and junior year of high school were not good years for me. Well, the latter half of junior was okay, but yeah. So I, punch myself, give myself a lecture.
Mm. Now that Ken's mentioned it, I'd probably say two things. I'd say, stop being a whiny bitch, and also, she's probably not into you, but on the off chance she is, you need to actually do something about it rather than just talking about it. Yeah. I had one of those situations going on. Ken, I think you were going to say something, probably.
I could say things to my 15-year-old self, I would be like, first things first, me, stop playing football because you're not going anywhere in it. You're wasting time. I'm going to give you an address. I want you to go there and start training now. Do it.
Start fighting things right now.
You'll love it.
If you start now, maybe I will have abs by the time I'm my age.
You'll love it. You'll love it. I promise. And also, forget abs. They're overrated. But still try to get them anyway. Because they're cool.
They are.
Second of all, slap your brother and make him act right. Because he will not be pleasing you by the time that you are 20. No, I mean,
He won't be pleasing you.
Your reaction is probably what my 15-year-old self would have said. He just said, "What to me?"
Slap him so he can please you.
Make him be a good student and a smart person. He's better than he is. He can be great. He just needs someone to make him do it. Make your brother be great. He has it in him.
That's right. Make him be great.
God, this is the second time this has happened today. Once during the reflux and now here. Damn it. I don't even feel like going through the rest of my lecture to myself anymore.
Okay. Anyone else want to say anything else to their 15-year-old selves?
No, I think we're good.
No, I'm good.
Tell my 15-year-old self to invest in something that's going to make a lot of money by now.
That's a lame.
No, it's not. It's the only answer that's
all I
right.
can think of is, like, maybe stop jerking off so much. Yeah, that falls into
Do you-
that category of changing.
Do you regret all that? Do you regret all that
Hell
stuff? There you go.
Don't overfill your computer with porn.
Or get some more hard drives than what I have right now because it's not
Go
enough.
get some hard drives while you still have
Don't
money.
tell your 15-year-old self to get more hard drives. It's a waste of money. Think about it. They're like an 80th of the size they are now.
Or maybe you could
part
bring.
of me wants to say, like, maybe you could convert to console games or computer games sooner, but then Steam wasn't out then, so...
It was.
Oh, it was? Alright.
2005, I think, Steam started being a thing. It didn't get popular for a little while after that, but yeah, it was a thing by then.
Invest in Steam. There you go.
Yeah, invest in they're not publicly traded, I don't think.
No, they're completely private. That's why they can do where the hell they want.
I always wondered that. Why would a company go public? They always celebrate like it's an amazing thing. Yay,
Money.
we're public now. Anyone can buy our shit and tell us what we got to do.
Because you're not
Money.
using all of your own money anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, okay. All right, next question. What's our most nostalgic game or film or story? By Ethan F. Baldur's Gate.
The first Perfect Dark. I spent a lot of time playing it. It was the first game I really was looking forward to ahead of time before it was released. So that it kind of started me on the path to gamerhood, as it were.
The original.
I guess we're doing this in order. So, most nostalgic game first. Then we'll do the other two, I guess.
The original Paper Mario on the Nintendo 64. I played that so many times. Like, in my mind, it is a perfect game.
I've actually never played that one.
It's really good.
Grand Theft Auto
Well,
Vice City changed my life.
Oh, that was a good game.
Mm.
I think
It was
that was
a
the
high
first one
point,
that really got the sandbox thing down. I mean, 3 was okay, but it was okay. Vice City really gave you stuff to do, though.
And that soundtrack, man. Tom,
I don't remember a lot of it, to be honest with you.
You don't?
It was old 80s, though.
I remember a lot of that music. It was great. It was great. It wasn't just 80s music. It was good 80s music. Tommy
There's a
Vercetti.
lot of bad.
The Last Dance for Lance Vance.
Yeah. The only thing I can really remember from Vice City is one standing outside of the mansion that you get with the garage. It's got 2 spots for cars.
Yeah.
It was cool. And the scene where they dress as cops and Lance Vance is like, hey, this fits pretty great. And Facetti's like, it's a little tight in the crotch. And Vance is like, oh, yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah. That's all I remember from that game.
I remember the strip club from that game. Why is this here? I told myself. I asked myself.
I don't remember that, to be honest. But I was like, 12 when that game came out? Christ, that was a long time ago. Alright. Most nostalgic film.
Spaceballs.
Oh, Spaceballs?
Yeah. It's great. I love it.
We just surprisingly on the same page.
Really? I like it a lot.
Spawn. Spawn is mine.
Oh, you said Spawn. I
Yeah.
thought you both said Spaceballs.
No, he said Spaceballs afterwards. He said Spawn. So it was, yeah. I haven't actually seen Spawn. That's interesting. I haven't seen it.
I'm pretty sure the only reason I see it as a nostalgic movie for me is because it's the first R-rated movie I remember ever seeing. I was like 5.
Actually, it's either Spaceballs or Kung Pao for me. Those are both great, hilarious movies that I can always watch forever.
You know, weirdly enough, I probably should say like a Disney film, like Aladdin or Lion King. My mind keeps coming back to Equilibrium.
I'm not sure what that is.
Equilibrium was a film that came out just after the Matrix craze became a thing, where people wanted really cool and innovative action scenes with unique visual styles and stuff like that. And Equilibrium, it was a film about, I think World War III happened, and they decided, okay, we can't let this ever happen again, so we need to get rid of all human emotion. So they invent a drug that does exactly that. And then Christian Bale is fighting against it, and there's some poetry from Keats that becomes a running thing. It's a pretty good film. It was dumb. Very much appealed to teenage sensibilities over everything else. Oh, you can't suppress our emotions. We're feeling so much, and it's all important to feel. Let us feel! And such things. But, you know, it was fun, and it had a lot of cool fighting styles, because it was all about, you ever heard of Gun Kata?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's all that. So, it's all basically hand-to-hand with guns.
Which is pretty cool, I mean.
It's pretty fucking awesome. I am going to have to link the ending of Equilibrium, because most of the rest of it's kind of, you know,
Take it or leave it.
But the ending is pretty great, the last fight scene.
We are both ventriloquists, ventriloquists. We are both ventriloquists and we practice every day. He carries the baskets, he carries the paper roll, and we don't have cysts. But one thing is for sure, my friends, we are ventriloquists. Woo! Kung Pao.
What just happened?
Yeah.
Anyway, mine would have to be, I had to think long and hard about it, but Master of Disguise.
Really?
Yeah, we were quoting that movie so much after it happened. The Master of Disguise. You never seen that one?
That shitty film with the guy from, what was it, SNL?
Yeah.
Something like that? That did the... Oh, God, why? Why?
Because it was just so stupid. We wound up quoting it all the time.
But...
That movie was quotable?
Yeah.
But he disguises himself as a turtle.
Yeah, that's the one.
But, okay, fair enough.
That's why it's nostalgia. If I watched it again, I would hate it. But in my memory, it's entertaining because the quotes.
Okay. Fucking Christ. Master of Disguise, really? Okay.
Hey, it's his nostalgia.
Yeah, it is. Of course, this is mine, so, you know. Go figure. Badass Christian Bale being badass Christian Bale.
Oh, look, there's a giant annotation over the entire scene.
Yeah, there's a cross in the top right corner. Click it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So, that's question... Oh, wait, nostalgic story. Well, fairly English story, probably. I'd probably hate it if I tried to read it again.
It's not
Not hate it, but not like it.
Honestly.
Yeah. Anyone else?
What's Half-Kissed Hero or something like that? Lionheart's Harry
Partially
Potter?
Kissed Hero.
That's it, Partially Kissed Hero. If I reread that, I would probably hate it, but that is actually the fic that got me started into Harry Potter fanfiction. Because I read Tune In Exam Day and I liked it. I liked what he did with it. And so I read that.
I'll be honest, probably same. I mean, I can't remember that far back, but probably the same.
I just watched the whole Equilibrium fight thing. There were
Seriously? It's like 5 minutes long.
No, I just watched the first minute of it, right? There were two guards outside the door that did not come in when they heard shooting or anything, and probably people dying. They were just like, oh, just gonna stand here and guard the door with my back to it. He shot through the door and killed them both.
Oh.
Well, I
I was
guess
gonna say,
they're on
those
guard.
guards are
They're not
smart
supposed to
alive,
move
but...
unless...
I
I mean, if they'd gone in, what was going to happen?
don't know, but they could have moved. Gosh darn it.
Well, the same thing that wound up happening, but they didn't know that.
Hmm. God, I forgot how awesome this scene was. Anyway, yeah, so I guess we're on recommendations. Oh, wait, unless anyone's got any nostalgic stories. Ken, you didn't
I
go.
can't even remember. Honestly.
Not for me, no.
Okay, well, recommendations then.
I got one.
Okay.
The Invisible Fox by the Bearded One. It starts out in this. It breaks down the chances of what happens, and it's, let's see, Naruto oversees somebody using a jutsu, 25-1. He learns the jutsu, or at least performs it adequately enough to work, which is 25,001. Something with a kunai, charged with chakra. He gets hit by lightning. He channels Kyuubi's chakra for just a split second. And in the end, it equals out to, crap, I can't copy paste it. It's like 40 characters long, 40 digits, the number, chance, 2-1. And the end result is Naruto is invisible. And that's it. That's the premise of the story. And it just kind of branches from there. And it's interesting how things just progress without him there. Unfortunately, the author, the Bearded One, I've read some of his other stories as well since finishing this one, and he can't seem to finish stories. Like, The Invisible Fox seems to be part 1 of a 2 or 3 part saga, and it's irritating, but it does end on a good note, at least, a good stopping point.
Cool.
See, 113,000 words, and so yeah, it's a better part of an afternoon, or day, or however long it takes you to read that one.
Okay. Ken?
I thought I had one, but then I realized I probably recommended it before, so no, I don't have one.
What was it?
It's a band.
Okay, what's the band?
I Fight Dragons.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think you recommended it.
I don't remember, but we don't mind double recommendations if it's been a while.
Alright, it's just a band, and they use 8-bit samples in their songs, and some of them are really good. Like, they did, like, a cover for, like, the Zelda theme, which is awesome to me. So,
Pretty cool.
I promote I Fight Dragons. They also did like redid the Rick Astley song "Never Gonna Give You Up," but they threw in like a bunch of 8-bit shit. They threw in like a breakdown in the middle of it that was outstanding. I love it.
That's pretty funny.
Q. All right. Right. I was supposed to be looking up my recommendation because I have one, but I got distracted by.
I can fill the time then. If we're doing music, look up Lord Vessel by Tanuki Suit. Yeah, Dark Souls song. Do it. It's good. Or anything by the Proto Man, because they're good.
Yes, Proto Man. I can second everything about the Proto Man.
Let's just not get into a whole let's recommend all of the favorite bands because that's going to take fucking ages and waste all my time doing the link dump.
I know.
You get one recommendation.
Hour and a half.
Where is it? Shit. Okay. Sort by date added. No, don't sort by date added. Sort by update date. I've forgotten what it was. It was a Naruto fic. Shit.
What happens in it?
Okay, basically, it's a Naruto fic where Naruto has secret bloodline, yes, I know. But what that bloodline does is it makes the shadow clones not work right. Basically, he can't use the regular shadow clone the way he usually spams it. Instead, I think I know who wrote it, so I'm going to look him up. Instead, he can only make one clone at a time, but that clone is literally a clone of him.
Oh, so like blood clones then?
Basically, I guess. Yeah, it's called The Perfect Jutsu by Serpent Guy. It's only like 4 chapters long. I was holding off on recommending it before I saw what it was like. And the reason that it's the perfect jutsu, or technique, is because he lives through all of those clones at the same time.
Oh, so like Sage of Six Paths kind of thing? Or not quite like that?
Basically, not quite, because Sage of Six Paths, well, the way Pain did it, he had to have himself as the main body, and then 6 clones that he controlled himself. This is just... Well, the first thing that happens in the fic is the original Naruto makes a clone, and then immediately gets killed.
Oh. Oh, okay.
And then it's the clone. Except it's not a clone, because it's literally still him.
That must be traumatic.
Kind of, but Naruto's kind of messed up, if you remember, because, you know,
right.
canon. So, yeah, and it doesn't develop the way a regular Naruto fic would, because obviously he doesn't have the shadow clone, so he can't actually do the spamming thing that he usually does, but the coordination between the clones makes him still somewhat effective. Because they literally see everything, so they can see through each other's eyes. So, for example, if one's stuck in a genjutsu, then he can use the other one's sight that is watching him to control his movements by third party. Kind of. It's not as effective, but he's not in the genjutsu, for all intents and purposes.
Awkward, but it works.
Yeah. So, it's a cool idea. It reminds me a little bit too much of the Fission clone that Mu had. But it's still pretty unique in its own way, because I don't think the Fission clones could do all of that at the same time. So, it's by the same guy that did, what was the name of the fic? There was another one that I recommended. Oh yeah, 9 Minutes. And Fire and Spirit, the One Piece and Fairy Tail fics that I recommended pretty recently. So, he's a pretty good writer, and this one is, true to form, still pretty good. So, give it a look if you want something more Naruto-themed. And that was the reason you didn't like the other 2. That's my recommendation.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Is that everything? Anyone else want to recommend anything? Not a band, please.
I recommend that we end this strong. So let's just end this while being strong.
I'm always strong.
There we go. We're done.
What would that entail exactly? Making a pose while we finish, or
everybody has to flex at the same time while we say bye.
I can't flex because I'm wearing my Persona jacket. It doesn't breathe that much.
I have like 135 on a bar over here. Do you want me to go grab that and like do curls real quick and end strong?
That's about as good as I can do.
All right, let me go do curls while we end this.
Why the fuck are we doing this?
I can't see it, but I'm flexing my abs.
Kiss my ass, Slicer.
Okay. What's the speech that I usually give?
Hurry up.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to Fandom Flux Podcast, episode 73. If you'd like to get in contact with us, you can do so through the blogspot page, the comments, or on Facebook fans, or fanfiction.net, or through the YouTube channel through the comments. Please donate on Patreon if you feel so inclined. Once again, thank you for listening to Fandom Flux Podcast, episode 73. Bye now.
Bye.
See ya.